Hey everyone, we're starting a new video here on a pretty popular topic, just how to get your site just set up. Because when you start off, it looks like this, and you're like, okay, where do I go from here? So don't worry, we'll walk you through a few steps here. It'll just take a few minutes, and you'll be rolling. So first thing, you're going to want to make sure that your dev store is secure. So you're going to want to make sure that it's not getting indexed by search engines, and that only you can see what's going on in there before it gets time to go live. So there's a couple of ways to do it, and those involve some easy ones like robots.txt and some maintenance mode settings. So let's start with the robots.txt. I assume everyone here knows how to use their file uploading program. We're going to use FileZilla for this purpose. So here we have connected with our FTP program of choice, FileZilla here, because it's multi-platform. You can see that on this hosting, it's in the HTTP docs, and we're looking for robots.txt. You'll see there isn't one to begin with, and you're going to want to create one. So do that however you like. You can just right-click here and create new file, robots.txt. Okay, now we have one, but we need to actually put something in it. So again, do this however you like, but I'm going to right-click here and go View Edit. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to type in what I'm going to paste in here. Okay, so you want to have user agent disallow. Okay, so that's going to disallow everyone from indexing your site. Remember to give yourself a note when you go live to remove this. Okay, so save it. Alright, so we're going to jump back to our site here and just do a reality check here. So if we go robots.txt, we will get our file. Perfect. So, alright, next step. Let's do the maintenance mode. So to get maintenance mode turned on, you jump into the admin. Getting here in the first time is a whole other video about getting your two-factor authentication going and everything. So I'll just give you the quick notes is that it's probably an MM5 and it's probably admin.mvc, and you got to log in. And once you get all that figured out, then you're at this part. So, maintenance mode is in Menu, Store Settings. We're in maintenance mode. So, we're developing our new store. We want to keep, the riff-raff route. We're going to make it offline. So just put it someday in the past. And then hit Update. And so, we also need to add our IP address. So it's going to show you your IP, which is really helpful. We're going to copy that, paste it in there, and you're going to want to update again. So now you're going to see the site, and everyone else is not. They'll just see a message, and every page they go to will just be a message. So this means you're not going to have too many problems with weird stuff getting indexed while you're in your dev site. So you want to add your cell phone or another work address or something, you just keep adding commas to this. So it's this comma separated list. So if you had another one, and you just keep adding them. So now we move on to domain settings. We want to make the site secure. We want to make sure the data in there is yours. So this is how we get there. I'm going to go back here to the menu. We're going to click domain settings way down here. If your user doesn't see these domain settings, it's because you're not an administrator. Might as well go full HTTPS right now. So put an HTTPS here. Okay, copy the whole thing, paste it in here, into here, but please remember this part. Go back here and then edit the merchant.mvc to the admin. If you do not do that part, you will lock yourself out of the admin for a very long time. You'll have to, don't even ask me why I know this. So just be sure you have the secure administration URL as the admin. Okay, hint, hint. All right, so copy this here. Same thing here. Same thing here. These can be the same. That's cool. This one, same again. Let's go to combined and minified for best practices here. Okay, password at their defaults, the password settings for your admins are what they recommend. Okay, we're going full HTTPS here, so put that in there. Admin session timeout 15 minutes is your allowed time for PADSS. Okay, JPEG upload settings, you're going to want to have that as low as possible with it still looking decent. So I found that about 70% is about as low as you're going to want to go. You'll get dinged from all your SEO search optimization reports and saying they'll all say your images are too high quality. So just make them as good as you can without them looking bad. And we found that 70 is about the right spot there. Mail settings, if you're hosted, this is depending on where you're hosted. This one's hosted, you know, if you're at Miva, it's just like this. Just leave it. Okay, we'll keep moving on to the cookie settings. And we'll just set this just like this. Okay, at just this value right here. And for upgrade settings, I don't like it to bug me every single time I log in, so I set it to daily. So we're going to go ahead and update that. Our icons and stuff have now been all messed up. That's the way it is because we set our domain settings to secure, and now they're coming back as invalid. So what we need to do now is log out. And sometimes because we've done this too with our cookies and everything, we're going to have to just close it. Okay, so this is the reason why we did this, because we're going full HTTPS. Obviously, this is a dev store, and we don't have the right security certificate, but it's self-signed. It's us. We know it's us, so we can just go advanced here, and we're going to set add exception. I'm going to permanently add exception. So if you didn't know the site you were at, you wouldn't do this, but it's our site, we know it's us, we can trust ourselves here. Okay, so now we can see that we're logging in securely. We've set up our domain settings properly, so the whole site is secure. The admin as a login is secure now. Okay, so that's what you're going to want to do, because then your icons and everything and your security is all secure. Yes, so that's important. That way you're doing all your testing in a secure environment too, so you set everything up securely. It's not like a magic thing when you go live, oh, we got to do this now. It's already done, so you don't have to worry too much about that. So I'm going to log back in here. I'll skip that step because, yeah, it's kind of a crazy process here with the extra security. And just like that, I'm back in, and you can see the icons and everything are all fine again. And our site is on HTTPS, and I'm logged in properly. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to move on to the store settings. So we get there, same place, the admin menu. Store setting. On the store details tab, you're going to want to make sure that you have your store code set up. If this is a dev store and you've already had a current live store and you're transferring your data there, you're going to want to use the store code from your other store. This will usually make your modules be able to work in your dev store, and that's what you want. Also make sure you go through the owner settings, and Batman lives at Bruce Avenue. Make sure this is all good, and you have your phone number formatted the way you like it, because those things just display on the website. Moving down, we're going to make sure we have our units and everything all set up. So this site is going to use pounds and inches and everything like that. So basket timeout, let's just increase that. 60 minutes is not enough time these days for people to shop. They use their phone, they go back on their computer, you've abandoned basket campaigns and all that stuff. You're going to want to make that a lot bigger. 60 minutes is, in my opinion, way too short. So let's make it like, I don't know, like a week, which is around 1,000 minutes. No, 10,000 minutes, around there. It's around there. You guys doing the math can get me there, but anyways. So the rest is okay to leave as is. Obviously, if you need to change your currency formatting, you just choose different kinds. For this purpose, we're just going to leave it. Okay, maintenance mode, we've already done that. Order minimums, depending on your site, you might have a $45 minimum or something like that. Go ahead and update that. Your next tab is your states tab, so you can get rid of any states you don't want to ship to, or you can add some. Sometimes there's some other states you want to add in. Sometimes you want to add all the Canadian provinces as well as US states. You just use that, the normal Miva stuff here. Same thing with countries. Sometimes you don't want to ship to certain countries. You can turn those on and off. Customer fields. Going here, you don't want to go change this after you've done it. Because this when you change things on here, it goes and messes around with your templates. So what you want to do is you want to set this now, and you just want to not come back here and mess anything up. I know that sounds weird, but once you change this and you update it, it'll go to your customer templates and it'll update all the code. So if you've done any extra modifications, you're gonna have to do them again or revert or whatever. So just word of advice: do this now, and then you won't have that happen to you. Next one is scheduled tasks. During our dev site, we don't even need all these turned on. So let's go turn off this. Let's turn off, we don't have anything to do with subscriptions. We don't have any workflows. We want to keep this on. We don't have any subscriptions again. We want to keep this on, and we want to keep these ones on. So now we just made our site a little bit less of a load on the server, and we're not sending a bunch of emails out during dev environment. If you have digital downloads, all this stuff's here. Remember, you click the little dots to get more. You're going to have to set up an encryption key for your new store. So you just go through here and you do the wizard that pops up. Okay, so you're just going to hit next. Sure. You can make a passphrase, and then you go next here. And then you save it, and then when you want to view credit card information and stuff, you got to put that password in. You're going to need to set up this encryption key, or else you won't be able to pass your PADSS as well. Alright, so we're in the state-based sales tax here, and you're going to want to add your states and the tax rate and the shipping. If you need more complicated setup than that, there's also modules for that, but this is the basics here. Next, we want to go and make sure that our site's not sending out a bunch of emails, especially when we're importing people and orders and everything else. So we're going to go here, menu, and we're going to go to order fulfillment. I'm going to turn off a bunch of this stuff. Okay, so we don't want these on right now. We don't want to turn on, we probably keep these on for now, but we don't want this, and we don't want this, or this, and we definitely don't want this customer created one turned on right now, because when you import customers, they'll all get emails and be confused. So you can see we have basically the only things turned on are for your test orders. So next, we have utilities. When you get your site from Miva or whoever installs it, it's missing a whole bunch of stuff. It's there, we just gotta turn it on. So let's go to menu and utilities. You can see there's not a whole bunch here. What we want to go is add remove modules. Okay, so here we go. We got a whole bunch of available modules and installed modules, pretty much just a couple here. Look, they're installing image management now. That's good. So we're gonna go here. So a basket inventory is a good thing to have. Canada posts, you'll need that if you need that. Combination facets, you might be using that, so let's install that for now. Sometimes when you install them, they jump back here. Go back to add remove modules. Custom fields, definitely want that. Go back here. Shipping labels, we don't need it for this one. Google Analytics, yes. Okay. Add remove modules. Mini basket, yes. Order history notes, yes. Digital download custom fields, yes. If you're going to use those, then yes. Product image custom fields, yes. Ready theme, definitely. Review baskets, Okay, just keep going here. You can see I don't know why they don't turn them on by default, but anyways. Shipping estimate, yes. Shop as customer, yes. Standard facets, yes. Token list, most definitely. And that leaves us with just a couple left that are specific to your application, and we're not going to turn them on right now. You can see under installed modules, we have these all turned on now. Okay, awesome. Not doing that is confusing because you just don't have these options that you think you're supposed to, and you're trying to install a theme or whatever, and just not there. So that's a big one right there. It's just that turning them on. So next, Another thing like utilities is called system extensions, so we're going to go there. And we can see there's available modules. Some of these you're not going to want to turn on until you have your live URL, like Apple Pay and MailChimp. You're going to want to do that on the actual URL when you go live, because they are APIs that connect to and based on the URL. So you're going to have to leave those off for now. But this is where those things are. So we're just going to leave it as is. Okay, moving on, we're going to make sure that our site is using the right kind of URLs. This is called URI management. We have a video on that in detail. But just as the quick one here. So here we go. So menu URI management. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so make sure that you copy the paste it in here. Oops, that's a weird one. Paste it in here. Change them both to S's. Change this to URI management. Okay, go ahead and hit update. So now we're using URI management. It's full HTTPS. Both of these are there. You can leave that alone unless you have multiple stores. Just leave it like that. Okay, go to here, legacy. Turn this off. Update. So now we're using URI management. Legacy's gone. URIs. It's got some URIs it comes with. Go into htaccess. Update the htaccess. Okay, so now it's the htaccess is part of the server configuration, and now the site will use the URI management. So I know that was super quick. We have more detailed ones about that, how to generate them, all that stuff. But this was just a quick setup one. So maybe replay that part and go slow and just do what I did. So now in your setup process, you're probably going to want to set up your other admin users if you have any, and you know, get them to do their two-factor authentication and all that stuff. Again, too complicated for this video and too long to put that in here, but I'll just show you where to get the admin settings for that. So we go back to admin menu, and then just down here is users. Okay, so there you go, there's your users, and you can make new ones. And yeah, basically a whole other video series can be done on this. But you want to set up those now if you can, since you're in here. It's a good idea. So now let's talk about theme design. We got our basic Miva setup, you know, just basic setups here done for, you know, success already, and we can actually do this ready theme now that we have the utility installed. So the reason why you want to do this is because you don't want your store to look like this. You can install Ready Themes from Miva and get yourself on a head start to having a store that has the frameworks and the code to look something like that, with these things and fancy carts and, you know, mobile friendliness and drop-down menus and everything. Okay, so I want to go here, apps.miva.com, and you're going to want to get yourself a Ready Theme. So you can click on this Ready Themes here. Probably the logical choice right now is to get the shadows one here. So we're gonna get that. That's their latest framework. That's the direction they're going in the future here. So you go get this theme, it adds it to your cart, you do the secure checkout, and then you download it. So let me just skip that stuff here. Okay, I skipped all the boring stuff I've got through my order here. I can just click download file now. So save it. So I've saved it. Gives you something like that. What you're going to want to do is unzip it like you know how to do already using your usual tools. And then go into it. And you can see you're going to need these. So here we go. Obviously, read the documentation. This is a quick setup one, so we're going to skip that. But please do. So we're going to go here. And we're going to put the custom fields in required for this guy here. So we're going to go to data management. We're going to go import data from XML, and we're going to drop our XML custom fields file into here. Just like that. All right, so that's step one. Okay, step two, we're going to upload the Ready Theme part. So go into this search box up here and type frame, and you'll get frameworks. So we want to go user interface frameworks. You can also get there by clicking a bunch of other stuff. What we want to do is upload the framework. So that's this little guy right here. upload, overwrite. Find the PKG file and get it in there. Okay, so now it's uploaded. My internet is speedy quick today. Click on it. Click Apply Framework. Click Overwrite. Click Apply. Say yes. It does its thing, and now it's your framework. Okay, so what does that mean? It means we have our website looking a lot better now. I can go back to our front end side here, and I'm going to reload the page. And we have it. You can see it throws in a bunch of demo data and stuff. That's just so you can test stuff out. So you can clear that out on your own. So it throws in a bunch of categories. Those are probably all I'd delete. But there we go. So configuring of the Ready theme is just in the menu here. We got Ready theme now, and you can put your own logo in there. You can select some social icons, a whole bunch of settings in here. And your nav bars are in this navigation sets part here. You can go and rename them. Don't change any of the codes, you'll mess up your design. You've got some product listings here for some sliders and whatever. Content sections are how you can edit just pieces of the page, so you just double click and then, well, there's a lot of code in there, but typically the content sections are for having less code to look at. But some images here for some banners. Easy stuff, not too hard to use, and you have a website that looks a lot better and has all the modern functionality, including responsiveness and mobile friendly. So I hope this video was excellently helpful for you. It was pretty fun for me to make, and go have fun. Let us know if we need any help. If you need us, let us know if you want us to help with any of this stuff. Obviously, we're really good at it, and we would like to do it for you.